Back here with head football coach Mark Farley. The Panthers roll to another victory over Indiana State in dominant fashion. The passing game continues to improve. Eli Dunn doing a good job. Unfortunately, though, Isaiah Weston, one of your top receivers, suffered an injury at the beginning of the year, and it seems like other guys really had to look in the mirror and say, we got to step up and do some things in this receiving core. Talk about what you're seeing out of that unit right now.
Well, the receiver core has become much more consistent since that open date as well, since the Iowa game. Previous to that, Montana and Iowa, I didn't feel that we performed to the level we need to. I thought we were inconsistent, and we just weren't performing the way you need to perform. And since that open date, again, those players have stepped up. And this last particular week, it really stood out how hard they blocked, how efficient they blocked. And they're making plays downfield. They're making contested catches, hard catches to make, which you have to do to have your quarterback get confidence. So I think that's been the biggest difference from the first two games to the past two games.
We have a story coming up here on Jalen James. He was a 4.0, #1 in his high school for academics. What do you love about recruiting a guy like that, knowing he's going to bring that to UNI in the locker room and really be a great role model, especially now as an upperclassman?
Well, this is, you know, we talk football all the time. This is 100% about academics. You're in college for a reason, and he has goals, he has aspirations, he's very intelligent, and they're academic goals, they're not just football goals. So when you have somebody like that cares about how well he does at school, that an A- is not good enough, you know, those are the kind of guys you want on your football team because they're always trying to improve and become great.
Played 11 games as a freshman, 13 games last year. Seeing that growth and progress that you're hoping for in each of your student athletes?
Yeah, he did a tremendous job this summer, really developing his body. He was tall, skinny, coming out of high school. Really took it upon himself to develop himself physically this past summer. And now I think you'll start to see the production off that, the success come from that as he proceeds the rest of this season and the rest of his career.
A lot of great student athletes here on the UNI football team. Here's a look at one of them, Jalen James.